Basic question around data literacy, the classic definition, the ability to read data, work with data, analyze data, and communicate with data. Still holds true. That's still the
Yeah, I think it is because it's kind of all encompassing if you think about it. Like your ability to read it, understand it, to work with it might be ChatGPT versus working with it in code or a Tableau or Click. It could be, and then you go to analyzing it. Well, analyzing is going to how we get insight no matter what. And then we need an ability to communicate it. Now, the analyzing part might be trumped at times because the work with it is ChatGPT is giving us the insight, or the tool gives us the insight, so the analysis goes away a little bit. But we still have to do the human analysis and apply the human element. Then we make decisions, we communicate it, we move forward. I think it is still the standard definition. It's creating confidence and using data.
Yeah, and I think that's that should be the core of any program is to understand where your current skill levels are for your communities. You need to, before you start solving, understand where is this individual, this department, this company, and where do we need to move them in those critical skills? Because as you said, not everybody needs to be at that professional level, but you're going to need your next level, and after that your next level till you're at an appropriate level for your role. And that's more than just sitting in a class
Very much.
listening to someone talk about it. There's a process of learning knowledge and then applying skills and then contextualizing.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no one size fits all, and there's no you go sit in a class for a 1-day workshop and you got it. That's not going to work. It's ongoing. It's like I've got 5 kids. I'm still learning how to be a good parent, right? And it doesn't matter. It's just going to take forever, right? And that's the same thing with data and analytics. And I think that should be how life is, right? We're always learning and progressing, and hopefully that's how we attack it.
Yeah. And
journey, not a destination.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, that idea of continuous learning. Some people will go on it on their own journey, and sometimes leadership needs to funnel people in to say, hey, I can see what's coming. You're going to need to skill up because your job in payroll is going to change. Machines are going to automate things. We're going to expect different things from you with data. Well, there's an effective way of teaching in your mind. Is classroom dead? Is online dead?
I think it depends, right? I think there are some people, and I think this has been shown, some people are great in a classroom and awful with self-paced learning. Some people are awful in a classroom and good with self-paced learning. So when you build a data literacy program at a company, you've got to evaluate the audience. You've got to evaluate what each person's preference is, and then figure out and fit it. Now, sometimes you might not like the classroom, but because 80 to 90% of your company does, that's where you're going to have to go. But I find that there is a combination that occurs. It could be short videos, long videos. It could be short classroom, long classroom. But each plan is customized to the organization.
Sort of combination between academic versus knowledge versus skill in the programs you run. How much is academics? How much is skills based?
I think it has to be a combination, right? Because if you think of data and analytical concepts, a lot of it is an academic concept, but then you have to put a person or teach them the practical use of it in their role. So it could be a sample data set, it could be a real data set, it could be whatever. But if I were to just teach statistics, just the formulas, and know where you can use them, people are going to be like, okay, I learned a formula, I can't use this anymore. But if I teach statistics and here's how you can use it, now go apply it, that's different. So for me, I think you teach the academic side while at the same time finding practical use cases, maybe full-blown use cases in their jobs where they will actually use it.
So we've sort of looking at the bigger picture. We've talked about the executive sponsorship, the mid-level